A powerful earthquake in the Philippines has damaged houses and infrastructure and caused landslides in more than 200 towns across 15 provinces. At least 4 people have died, with more than 100 others injured. The shallow 7.1 magnitude quake struck in Luzon, the Philippines' largest and most populated island, early this morning.
It was the strongest earthquake to hit the Philippines inland in nearly a decade. Strong tremors rocked Luzon for up to 3 minutes.
Hala, nag-earthquake pa rin. Shit, nag-earthquake. Yung pool. Gumagalaw. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, it's really terrible. The shaking is really strong.
The force was so strong that the trembler was felt in the capital, Manila, where office buildings were evacuated and rail operations halted. Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., who hails from the country's north, said he felt the impact of the quake at the presidential palace.
Naririnig ko yung may chandelier na yun ang guide namin dito sa palasyo. Pag narinig mo yung chandelier na kumakalansing, then ibig sabihin may lindol. But it was very strong. It's stronger than the usual.
Mr. Marcos has ordered the dispatch of rescue and relief teams and is expected to visit affected areas tomorrow. The quake struck a mountainous area of Abra province at a depth of 10 kilometers. Officials say it triggered at least 50 landslides and damaged hundreds of buildings, including the 431-year-old Bante Bell Tower, a popular tourist destination in Vigan. Major highways in the region have been blocked by debris. Authorities have warned of strong aftershocks. The Philippines sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire that is prone to earthquakes and volcanic eruptions.
Buena Bernal joins us live from Manila. Buena, it's been more than 12 hours since the quake struck. Do we have a clearer assessment of the scale of the damage?
At least 400 houses have been reported damaged so far. That's according to the Philippines National Civil Defense Office, and that's only in 2 regions affected that have already transmitted their reports to the national office. At least 61 schools and 3 bridges, all in northern Philippines, where the damage is concentrated. Now, due to that earthquake that hit 8:43 a.m. Wednesday local time in Abra province, northern Philippines, that's some 8 hours away or over 400 kilometers away from the capital, Manila, also recorded 10 areas with power interruptions. Now, the information from the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, or NDRRMC, also points to several landslide incidents. And among the casualties recorded is a construction worker in Benguet, also in northern Philippines, reported dead due to fallen debris. Now, we do know that the Ninoy Aquino International Airport already has normal operations right now. And we also know that 8 port management offices in charge of seaports are also reporting normal operations and no major structural damage, according to the Philippine Coast Guard. But we also heard from the National Commission on Culture and Arts that they will be convening a meeting with stakeholders, their affiliates, and other cultural organizations about what can be done in terms of the restoration and rebuilding of the historic heritage sites affected by this earthquake. The facade of Vigan Cathedral, for example, reported having sustained damage, and that's part actually of a World UNESCO heritage site, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in that area in Vigan City in northern Philippines. That's really part of that trail that helps in the formation of national identity and cultural preservation. Here, those are colonial structures during the Spanish colonization era here in the Philippines that dates back to the 16th century.
Well, even before the rebuilding, I understand that people are still grappling with aftershocks. 300 abouts since this morning. Thousands of residents have been displaced. How has the government been coping and helping those who have lost their homes?
The Disaster Risk Management Council says that the country's Department of Social Welfare and Development has standby funds amounting to 20 million Philippine pesos. That's around 18 million US dollars, and that will help augment the relief operations of the local government units, which really are the ones in charge with the delivery of basic services as per the country's 1991 local government code. So they're kind of the frontliners here, those provincial, municipal, and city government units. But at the national agency, we also heard from the National Telecommunications Commission that they will that they have ordered telecommunications entities to provide stations where affected areas, mobile phone users there can have free charging stations and free calls due to the power interruptions in those affected areas.
Berna, thank you so much. Berna Bernal reporting from Manila.